Hi, this is Yvonne Carson from YvonneCarson.com, better known as Art by Vonet. I'm going to just show you how I paint this beautiful queen that I drew, and I traced it onto a 11.5 by 14 canvas. Today I'm going to be using Apple Barrel Territorial Beige. I hope you can see that. Oh, sorry. That's what I'm using. Also using Nutmeg Brown as well. And Jet Black for her hair. Okay. And I will be using, I've already put my paint on my palette. I'm going to use a number 12 brush, a liner brush, which is a 1. In this situation, it's a 1, and a flat brush. And I don't know what size this is. It came in a pack, I think from Walmart or something. These are not expensive things. It's getting from any craft store. And I will leave a link in the description on the paints that I'm using, the palettes and the canvases. Okay. I know everybody has their own technique and the way they do things. I really need a lot more practice on painting on canvas. So I just thought I would share it with you. I usually use my iPad, which has become my preferred medium, but I like to do, work with different things. So I'm going to start with her face first. And I'm using the flat brush on here. And I've already actually prepped my canvas, even though it's already gessoed when you buy it. I also still put some on. I've actually had this sitting around for actually months, and I'm just decided to get around to doing it. And so I'm not going to do much talking because I find when I talk and try to paint, I kind of get confused a little bit. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and I will put a link to the tracer if you're interested in it and doing it along with the video once it's uploaded to YouTube. You can feel free to go and revisit this and follow along. The tracer is absolutely free, and I hope you enjoy the process. And this is for beginners. I mean, someone who's advanced, this is like no big deal to them. But if you've never done this before, it's a great accomplishment to get this done. So give it a try. And of course, you don't have to use the colors that I'm using. You choose whatever color skin tone you want. This is what I have on hand. And I would suggest you put a light coat on first. You don't want to put it on too thick. And from what I've learned, you start with the dark one first. It should be a dark, uh, medium tone, a light tone, medium, and dark. And that's, to be honest with you, I still struggle with that, what to put on first. But I just know that it takes practice. So I used to get real frustrated, but I've kind of matured since then. I've been painting or drawing now, I think going on 6 years, 5 years, something like that. And I'm still a student, always a student of learning art and in life. Yeah, so I'm gonna do all the skin tone first. And I'm going to do the background last. And it's okay if you get paint on like the outfit or the hair, because you're going to paint over it anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I wouldn't fret about that if you do. And it takes some getting used to that manual dexterity, you know, and using certain muscles in your hands that you probably haven't used, if you've never painted before. So it's a skill that can be learned by anyone who wants to learn. And like with anything else in life, you have to practice. No one comes out of the womb painting or drawing or any skill. We either went to college for it or, of course, school is the number one place, and at home we learn how to do things. And I don't think I'm going to get this done in one shot on one video, because I'm recording this on my iPad. It's not an iPad Pro, it's just a regular iPad. And this is the first time I've ever used it to record anything. So I don't even know how much time I have that's allotted for this particular iPad. I have the 8th generation that my son gifted me for my birthday. I think it was my 63rd birthday. I'm 65 now. So I've been using the iPad for just a short time, but I've learned so much because I'm like consumed with it. I just love using Procreate. And the thing about acrylic, it dries rather quickly, but you can always spray a little bit of water on it to activate it, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm mixing it with the lighter color now. For whatever reason, I like to outline my things. I like the harsh line. I like to outline my work because I don't actually go for realistic. I actually like the whimsical, semi-realistic faces. I love those. And I've kind of fallen in love with the faceless portraits. I think it's pretty cool. You could do variations of it. You could put just eyebrows in. I've seen some where they just put the eyebrows and the lips, but it's faceless. It doesn't have any facial features other than what I just said. And I'm just practicing this recording thing because I really would like to eventually create some online courses. So this is a great way for me to practice doing it. And the wonderful thing about acrylic, if you don't like something, you're not stuck with it. You just paint over the canvas and start over. And starting over is okay. It's not a big deal. So don't make it one. I had to learn that because it was a big deal for me. I hated making mistakes, but that's kind of unrealistic because when you're learning anything new, you're going to make mistakes. You're not going to get it the first time you do it. And you may not get it the second or the third time. However long it takes, if you really want to learn it, then you take the time it takes to learn it. It's as simple as that. And sorry for any noise you hear. The refrigerator makes some crazy noises sometimes, so I don't know why. So if you're hearing any weird sounds, it's the refrigerator making noise. And of course, it would happen while I'm doing it. It usually happens at night. I haven't decided what color I'm going to do her outfit. I just realized I didn't take the paint out for it. I have the paint here, but I didn't decide what color I was going to be using. I grabbed my smaller liner brush so I could get to some of the areas that's kind of hard for the brush I was using. It's too wide. I will be back with part 2 of this painting.